Alright, what's up? I'm Charm City 187. This past weekend, 20 people were shot, 8 killed, 4 attempted assassinations or some shit down in Baltimore City in like a 36-hour period. And you got Mayor Sheila, I think her name's Sheila Dixon or something, the mayor for Baltimore City, the police chief, Martin O'Malley, coming out blaming the rest of the state for, for the guns we have. Because Baltimore City only has one gun store in the whole city, so that means they're getting them from other places in the state when they can't even prove it. But just think of this. The whole entire country of Mexico has one gun store. Yet they have fully automatic machine guns, fully automatic assault rifles, RPGs, Barrett 50 calibers, anti-tank mines, fucking armored vehicles, and they have one gun store in the whole country, and it's controlled by the Federales, or whatever the fuck they're called, the federal police force in Mexico. So you got this bitch, the mayor, on TV talking about illegal guns, yet she has one gun on the table, and it's a 6-shot revolver, talking about that's an illegal gun. It's not an illegal gun. Number 2, we just passed all kinds of gun control legislation in Annapolis, signed into law a month ago, and what do you know? As soon as it's signed into law, boom, crime skyrockets, murder skyrockets, gun crime skyrockets, everything. And they're sitting there like, duh, what do? We only have one gun store in the whole damn city. I mean, and it's going to keep happening until they get their head out of their ass and figure, alright, we tried taking guns from everyone. Criminals don't care about not being able to go buy a gun. They're going to find it anyway. So why don't we give the people that are being murdered a chance to defend themselves? I mean, Baltimore is 3% of Maryland, and like 95% of the crime in the whole state comes from Baltimore, which is about 14 miles wide and about 26 miles north to south. I mean, it's small compared to, like, this will show you how small it is. Chicago has 500 murders a month or a year. Baltimore has 230 some. Chicago, you have a 13.1 out of 100,000 chance of being shot and killed. Baltimore, you have a 33. It's doubled. 33 out of 100,000 chance of being shot. Doubled what Chicago is. And I mean, as it stands now, Maryland is the 7th most violent state in the country. But if you really think about it, with how small the state is and how small Baltimore is, we're probably the worst state in the entire country. Because they don't factor population, and they just factor in the actual numbers. Shit, I'd much rather take a chance walking down the street in Chicago than I would in Baltimore. You go down 40 and you cross into Evanston Village, and it just smells like a rotting dead body. And I mean, 200 and some murders a year. You gotta think there's probably another 200 bodies that are in the woods and shit. Yo, I used to fuck around down in Baltimore probably 6-7 years ago. I mean, I'm not perfect. I used to do a lot of fucked up shit, but go in an abandoned house and there'd be fucking a dead body in the basement, a dead body upstairs, fucking rotting, decaying rats. Yo, rats like this fucking big with tails like that. And they're never gonna learn. The mayor, the police chief, Martin O'Malley should all be charged as accomplices for every single murder that's committed in Baltimore. Until they get their head out of their ass. And alright, this is another thing. This you can tell this is how far their heads are up their ass. They just fought tooth and nail in Annapolis to get an assault weapons ban and a magazine ban. Wanted the magazine limit to be 10 rounds. The legislation that they passed in Annapolis did zero to stop any murder from happening in Baltimore, seeing as like 80, I read this article last night, but like 80+% of the murders in Baltimore happen with a fucking 6-shot revolver or a 5-shot 38 special. That's what almost every murder in the city happens with, is a fucking revolver. I mean, shit, last year we had 0 murders with assault weapons in Maryland. The year before we had 2, and one of them was a cop shooting some fucking crackhead. But, I mean, the legislation that just passed promising it was going to stop people being killed in Baltimore, and the rest of the state had to take it up the ass because they can't get their fucking the people in Baltimore under control, did absolutely nothing. If not, I mean, the crime rate and murder rate's gone up since they've passed the bill. And it's going to keep going up until they actually fucking say, alright, we tried taking all their guns away, criminals don't care about the law, they're going to get guns anyway, so we might as well open, I don't know, 20, 30 more gun stores. That's probably probably over 1,000 jobs. Shit. You go down Baltimore on like a Tuesday in the middle of the day, the streets are lined with people because none of them can get a job. I mean, what do you think they're going to be doing? And it's so fucking hot in their houses, they don't want to be in their houses, so they just go stand down on the street corner all day long. But yeah, ain't nothing going to happen. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. And every single person who gets killed down there should be, the mayor, the police chief, and O'Malley should be charged with fucking either accomplice for the murder or conspiracy. Because all they're doing is getting people killed. And I'm out. Peace. And fuck them out.